Hey guys, we are back and we're going to just have a chat. We're going to sit down for a moment, take some time out of our crazy days, our crazy day, and we're going to take a look at the current energies. Now, I have done a reading earlier today. Do go and check that out. It's specifically for the divine feminine. So if you're wanting to know how you can come into inner union, how you can empower yourself, and how you can really step forward on your path with clarity and focus, you'll definitely want to check that out. That's going to be a regular reading for my channel. So I'm starting to switch gears. As you know, November was a slow month, a month of the void, a month of another heavily triggering dark night of the soul for many feminines, including myself. And so I'm coming out of that energy very healthily detached from the physical form of my masculine as I continue to step into my power and as I continue to step into this place of understanding what this journey truly is about. And there's a difference with detaching with love and detaching out of anger. I tend to attract feminines who are highly evolved on this channel. So I've set it up that way because I see other channels that are really focused on the karmics. Like every video is about the karmic partner or what's the DM doing. And I'm not saying that I'm never going to do a video about the DMs. I think I will still do those, but I want to really empower the feminine energy. And moving forward, I think that's going to become just so much more clear. And I feel like a lot of those readers who are channeling, the karmic energies, that's really stunting your own growth. And the more we try to figure out what's the masculine doing, why are they doing it, who are they doing it with, how does that help you? I have to ask, how does that actually help you? It may give you temporary relief, but I am not here to provide you guys with temporary relief or to sugarcoat over something and to give you fairies and butterfly wings. I am here to give you the truth and to assist you on your journey ahead into your mission work to help the planet evolve into a state of higher consciousness. This goes way beyond the romantic connection. That's not to take away from the romantic connection or to say that that is not important, because obviously it is. It's just that the more we focus on the lack of the physical counterpart, the more we're going to experience that. So I will be looking at union energies in my readings. I just will not be focusing as much on the divine masculine. Okay, so that being said, I've chosen 2 decks for tonight's reading. We have the Hero's Journey Oracle. You guys are familiar with that if you've been following my channel, and if you're new, a very warm welcome to you. And the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Len. So I kind of forget that I have these decks because I have about 40 decks at this point, thanks to my incredible viewers who have gifted me. You guys have gifted me with probably half of those decks, if not more. So I'm so full at this point that I think I just want to really intimately get to know these decks before even asking for any more or even accepting any more, because there's just so much to learn in all of these decks. And I tend to ask for a lot of oracles because I do have a lot of tarot decks as well, but I love working with oracles because there's freedom in the translation, right? And you could have 100 different readers and each of us would read the energies differently. And that's where I think it's really intimate, and it's about the reader and how you connect with the reader. Some people will connect with me, some people won't. Some people will connect with other readers, some people won't, and it's all beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started and just tell me about the energies currently in the collective right now. Yeah, community, we are working together, community and courage and stillness. So we still have this sort of void energy, right? The stillness, the beauty of being still, the beauty of doing nothing. There's an Italian word from Eat, Love, Pray. It's a beautiful word. It's a beautiful language. If anyone's Italian or speaks Italian, you can let me know. But Julia Roberts' character in the movie, she talks about the beauty of doing nothing. And she learns to do that in Italy. So she learned how to do nothing and how to really enjoy it, how to embrace doing nothing. And instead of fighting doing nothing, or feeling like I have to be doing something, I have to be in a certain place at a certain time. What if we just enjoyed the beauty and let nature take her course, and let ourselves just be drawn to the things that our soul is really craving at this time? As we near out a year, okay, the first year of a brand new decade, a very challenging astrologically speaking year. And as we, some of us are celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. There's so many holidays. I don't know them all, so forgive me. New Year's is coming up for those of us, in the Northern Hemisphere. So there's all these energies of the holidays, and that can feel like pressure. But I feel like this year we're being asked just to slow down and go within and spend time with family. And the feminine energy in all of us, including your physical masculine. This is the beauty of tapping into the feminine energy, is you're also going to get tapped into the masculine and how their feminine aspect. It's the feminine aspect of the world, is that we are really surrendering to the process. We are really learning to just surrender to what has been transpiring. Now, that's not to say, especially those of you who are an indigo like myself, it's not to say that we're just sitting back and allowing, things to happen and not fighting. We are. But now we're at a time where we're pretty exhausted spiritually. We've been fighting this whole entire year. And now it's time for us to take a rest and relax. And as we finish out these eclipses, and as we usher in this brand new dawn of the age of Aquarius, we don't really have to be doing anything. So you'll notice that I have decided to do some private readings in December, but I'm keeping a cap on how many I'm doing per week, because I don't want to feel like I have to do something. So, and I don't want to get to a point where I'm just so exhausted and then, just am doing the readings just because they're booked. So it's as a reader and as anyone who works with energy, we have to be so careful to really mind our energy and making sure we have more within us than we're giving out to others into the world, because otherwise we're not doing anybody any good if we're just depriving ourselves or depleting our own energy sources. So I'll do a certain amount of readings per day. The collective readings tend to drain me less than the personal ones. And then I will just call it a day, and I will, get to it tomorrow, I'll get to it the next day. And that's why I allowed myself, for some of your readings a month's time, because it was just so important for me to rest and so important for me to recharge my batteries. So coming back into the energies here, we have community coming up as the energy of coming together and working together and transforming together with the butterflies. The energy of coming out of the cocoon. So it's like we've been in the cocoon energy, we'll continue to be in the cocoon energy. And I see this as January's energy in 2021 really starting to glow up. The whole world starting to go, a sigh of relief, as we see a lot of the established structures and order start to come crumbling down in the 3D world. And it's already happening, but it's just not being reported by traditional sources. And if you guys notice, I'm really mincing my words and being very careful, because there's a lot of information that is not being transmitted to the public right now. I have to be very careful with how I say things. There's a lot of things that are not being spoken, or not being said, or not being accurately reported. And so, and if you know, right? If you're in the know, right? Red pill, blue pill. And we are having to come together, but we're going to see our efforts being rewarded in 2021. So I'm really looking ahead into 2021. I am offering a personal reading to give you an overview of your 2021, which I think is super exciting. It's not an astrological reading, even if I do include some astrological aspects, I may, but it's going to use the cards, it's going to use your energy, intuition and insight, clairvoyance and claircognizance, and picking up on the energies of what's coming ahead for you in all aspects: love, career, personal mission, quest for truth, expansion, all of those things. So there's an element of courage coming up here for the collective where we've been up against some rough, rocky waters. And we know that in order to truly be, in order for us to truly succeed and be successful, that we've had to be really courageous. We've had to be outspoken, especially, I just see this as like, of course it's a rainbow, but I just see indigo all the way. I see the indigo children who have been at the forefront. We have been at the 0 point of this spiritual battle, and we have really been outspoken. We've used different avenues to do so, but we are all doing it as brothers and sisters of the light. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. It takes a lot less courage to stay quiet and to just do what you're told. It takes more courage to say, wait a second, let me think for myself. Free thinking, free speech, okay, free thought. So tell me more, Spirit, tell me about what energies we are closing out in December here. Interesting. Success. I think we were just talking about success. I think this is saying that maybe we felt that we haven't been successful in 2020. It's like we haven't seen a lot of changes, or it's looked like we're going backwards in 2020. But I feel like this is the card saying that no, actually, in fact, we are moving forwards. Not only are we moving forwards, but we were very successful in our efforts. And let's see. Tell me more about success. Oh my gosh, standstill. So we have stillness and standstill. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely saying this, what we're leaving behind. It's like that idea that everything's at a standstill, the illusion of the 3D, the illusion that nothing is actually happening when everything is happening behind the scenes, and energetically everything is happening. The earth is shifting and changing in its stratosphere. The energy, the vibrations, everything is shifting and changing at a rapid pace. And so it's like lifting the veil of illusion that we haven't been successful. Spirit, would you like to tell me a little bit more about the journey? Moving over to the Hero's Journey cards. Tell me a little bit more about the journey right now and what the journey means in terms of the Twin Flame Collective. What does it mean, and where are we going, and what are we doing? Where are we at today? Planting seeds of intention. Go, grow, and glow. So triple G force. Planting, I've never pulled this card, planting seeds of intention. So let's take a look. I do like to consult the book because it's just extremely detailed. And this is stage 5 of the 12 stages of the hero's journey, crossing the threshold. So this is where we may encounter some resistance, but we're being told to continue growing, that things are being rooted. This is sort of the energy that thinking that things are at a standstill, but we're actually very much succeeding. The mantra says, all of nature is rooting for me to grow into my highest soul's blueprint. So this is the collective saying, what do we truly want? What do we want next? And moving towards the destined path of the collective. So it's about the seedling that's been watered within each of us, and that's starting to sprout and starting to grow. This is about following your soul blueprint, and it's about growth. I mean, it's about us growing into what and who we are, and not apologizing anymore for what and who we are, or for how we're showing up. we're just being, you know, at this point, we're just being. We're not worried about what other people think. We've let go of a lot of those 3D attachments, and we'll continue to let go more and more as we usher towards 2021 and the end of 2020. We also have the energies of ally in disguise. Discover the hard to find blessing. Yeah, I mean, this could sum up 2020 in a card, in a sentence. Discover the hard to find blessing. That this has been an ally, I keep on saying ally, an ally in disguise. This has actually served our highest good, and it is bringing us to our highest timelines. So the blessings are there. It's just that we may have to dig a little deeper to find them. They're not so much on the surface at this time. And there's been a lot of things we've encountered this year, a lot of people, a lot of experiences, a lot of triumphs, and a lot of perceived setbacks and obstacles, especially within our physical connections with our counterpart. So understand that whatever has served in the 3D to make us feel like, you know, including our ego, to make us feel like we've lost, we're losing, we're failures, okay? That this challenge that 2020 has been, we're going to look back on this and relish in this time and realize how incredible all of us are and how we all came together, how we had so much courage to speak our truth and to live in our truth, and how we came together and we spent the time, the designated stillness, the designated, you know, perceived standstill, and we allowed ourselves to blossom. So everyone has been blossoming this year, and we will continue to blossom as we move forward with our sacred destiny and on our sacred paths. We are coming, you know, we're nearing a cycle completion. It's just that it doesn't feel like it, because it's been so incredibly challenging to try to stay out of the deep end in 2020. 2020 has been like one giant deep tide. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just been one giant ocean of confusion and fear and 3D, the collapse of the 3D. And we've been working really hard, you know, amongst ourselves, within ourselves, to really come to a place of acceptance. And that came up in the early reading, the special reading I did for my beautiful feminines. But understand, guys, that everything that has happened, everything that's transpired is actually here. Everything is here to serve us. Everything is here to bring us back to love. So I'm going to this is a nice, short and sweet reading. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to have some dinner. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll look forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow. Take great care, guys. See you soon.